welcome back to another Akimbo Esports CS2 match. I'm Icee, your caster here for tonight, joined by the wonderful Parks as Akimbo.
Baby-faced Parks.
Yeah, the baby-faced Park is shaved. Akimbo are taking on Team Steve, formerly Team Osiris. And these are two of the only undefeated teams in Advanced. We will see one of them be handed a loss tonight on Overpass. That is the map of choice. Parks, how are you feeling about this one, man?
I mean, we saw Team Steve do really well in Mustache Masters over the weekend. Shout out Mustache Masters. And as a result, I mean, it's weird to take that in and just be like, wait a minute, I saw these teams playing I saw this team playing over the weekend. Like they were looking pretty good against FlyQuest Red, who is another advanced team. So understanding that they're 6-0 right now, it makes a lot of sense overall. But you know what, man? Going up against a 7-0 team, the craziest part is two teams walk in and only one of them will walk away as that record holder. And I think that will shoot Akimbo up to first place. If they win this one, they'll go 8-0, which keeps them in the upper echelon, puts them towards playoffs more and more.
Yeah.
Where I think with Team Steve, should they get there, then they themselves kind of secure a spot in playoffs, I think, at that point.
Yeah, so I think it's a 12-game season again because it's shortened as per is kind of the norm now. So it's only 12 games. So I think 9 and 3 is the threshold to make playoffs. That's like the 100% confirmed, and then 8 and 4 is the some teams make it, some teams don't. So I mean, if Akimbo, I see you, Wick. I got you. If Akimbo win tonight,
it was probably me. I have a bad accent for it.
Honestly, I probably was saying it wrong too, to be honest.
I'm like Jack can see I'm like mouthing it to try and make sure I say it correctly because I know 100% I'm gonna continue to say it wrong if I don't practice right now.
See,
I need to impress Mr. Wick.
Yeah, no, me too. So
I'm here to impress.
Yeah. So I think right now number one team is like Might, I would say, just because of the raw firepower they have. I know they lost a game. I don't remember who it was, but Akimbo, right? They got third place in Advanced last season. They are performing exceptionally well again this season. They are one of the few rosters in Advanced who have stayed together.
Okay.
So I think Osiris, Team Steve have also stayed together. Again, this roster is like kind of a weird amalgamation of a couple different teams that I've seen. It's like Reham and SGM who are on, I don't even remember what team they're on, but they're on a team together, I think. Laxify was also with them. I'm not really sure where everyone else is from, but Team Steve was a team that I lost to get knocked out of Mustache Masters. I lost them.
We would have had to face you to get to that point. That's the craziest thing.
Really?
The layers are on top of each other. Yeah, so what ended up happening was we faced Wanted Goons in the beginning, and this is a little bit of an aside to the match that's hopefully about to start soon. I'm still waiting on getting a Go TV, unfortunately. But we got knocked to the lower bracket immediately, won 2 matches, and we had to play 2 teams, I think, to reach you guys. Or was we played?
I think it was 3. You won 2, then lost the last one.
Well, yeah. So we won 2. We lost. If we'd won the match that we lost, and then we won another one, we would have had to play you guys.
Right.
And then the winner of that one played Team Steve to then go forward. So I mean, like I said, the layers continue here as we kind of go everywhere on this. But Akimbo should be looking to go nice here. I'm sorry, guys. I'm still trying so hard to get this IP.
Yeah, one thing
usually
I
is
will
really
say,
nice with me.
Yeah, no, Bowman is usually.
Oh, there we go.
We got it. Okay, we got the IP. I think so. Akimbo played Overpass once. Was against Wanted Goons. Was 13-3. So a pretty one-sided affair. Team Steve, they've played a couple of overpasses. They're 1-2 or 2-1. Because they have played games elsewhere outside of this ESEA league.
Outside the league. Yeah.
But in league, they are undefeated, which is definitely something good to see. So we'll see if they're able to come away with this tonight.
The craziest thing, I think, is Team Steve, their last match played on Overpass was a 13-10 win. and that was on the 19th. So that was yesterday at 11.
That might have been
that's
Mustache Masters. That might have been Mustache.
Yeah, that feels like a Mustache Masters match. No, it's against Zero Marksman.
Oh.
Interesting. Well, they won 13-10, so that's something to keep in mind. And Wreckmeister was the leader on that side with 26 kills, 18 deaths. All right, I think we need to throw to a break while we figure out all these issues. We're having a bit of IP struggles, I think.
Yes,
so while Icee and I figure that all out, we're gonna throw to a quick break because there's no sense in us just kind of staring blankly at the screen, messaging each other while you guys just kind of staring. Okay, what else are you gonna say? No. Let us cook. Let us cook. We'll be right back. Okay.
We'll be cooking. All right. Peace. We're back. It's us. Unfortunately, it's not the game. We are waiting on Faceit to give us a new relay because I don't know if you guys know the process, but basically back in ESEA, the IP was readily available, right, on the match page, where you could just go connect to it. Anybody can do that, by the way, from open to advanced. Now, with the merge to Faceit, you have to go to Faceit support, make a ticket with the match page, and then what they do is they set up a thing called a relay for you. So it's not like an IP, it is just like a relay.faceit.gotv, something like that, right? And then you connect to that to get to the match. The problem is these relays sometimes are broken, and there is genuinely nothing we can do.
Shout out to Valve for, like, I think they're at the point, it's like in the last 51 days they've had 21 updates or something. The problem is every single time they update, if it's a significant enough update, it breaks something on Faceit's side, and then the relays have to get updated, and that takes time. And it's unfortunate. I am actively spinning the hamster wheels at Bowman threateningly, hoping to get an answer. So yeah, I'm hoping. I was told that we were supposed to come up with caster jokes in
caster
the meantime.
Jokes. You want to hear a joke? Faceit. Sorry, that was I love
I'm into it.
I love some of the admins.
I'm into it. Yeah,
it's a platform thing, really. Like Osodank, Bowman, they're all really great people, you know. And in my opinion, I think that it sucks that they're like the ones who take like the brunt of all this like negative feedback about ESEA to Faceit merge, because like they're not the ones making the decisions here, and people have to understand that.
They're the ones fixing it.
Exactly. And, you know, this game, it is going on right now. It's currently 2-1. Akimbo won the first 2 rounds. Osiris won one just now. Can't see the scoreboard. Can't see what sides the players are on. But it seems that Osiris are on the board early. Directed at Saudi. Oh, yeah. All the oil money. But no money to fix Faceit relays, unfortunately. Or hire more staff.
Try that one.
Right,
hire staff.
Got you.
Yeah, I don't know. I think it's just a growing pain that we're going to continue to have to deal with. Fortunately, enough time has gone by that we should have a new working CSTV. Sorry, not GoTV anymore. RIP CS:GO. At the same time, what was I looking at before? So, just to lead you guys into this a little bit, I'm going to try and oh, he decided to crash. That's fine. Who needs a game anyways? Akimbo are 2-1 up over Team Steve, and I can't see a scoreboard to tell you who's top fragging, but if I was to take a guess of the 5 people that are going to be in that server, I'm going to point to Florence. I think Florence is fragging. He seems to me. Florence seems like to me like the fragging, the overpass fragger.
Well, you'd be wrong. It's Katie. I think Katie has been one of those people that, Katie took a break for a year and a half from Valorant and now is back playing CS. She played with Mythic, ECL for a long time, but we're here now.
Yeah, those were the days.
Yeah, it looks like the second round's over just like that. Team Steve, they denied the bomb plant. It's Spriggles who stays alive, and your boy Florence, 3-1. So
he's fragging too.
He is fragging.
I'm not necessarily wrong. That's the good point of all this. No, I mean, listen. Here's the 2-1 scoreline we were talking about. They ran out of time on round 3. That's all right. They've still got guns. it's looking pretty good here. And I mean, I think the one thing I worry about now is those M4s on Spriggles and Wreckmeister. If positioned correctly here, they're gonna be well set off. And I don't know what to say.
Yeah, I think something that's definitely noticeable right now is Laxify's 0-3 at the start. He's their AWPer, I believe. I'm pretty sure he is, and he has really nice mechanics. I watched him on Osiris. I think I casted a couple of his games last season, and he's good. He's very good mechanically. I think he's a very high caliber AWPer. He's definitely advanced playoffs caliber. I'm not sure if he's ECO level just yet, but I think that Laxify is one of those players that like can have the potential to make ECL.
You know, both these teams have that in them. The question is who got the dog in them right now? Because Flixie, once more, Molotov out, will have to run away. I really like the setup from Akimbo though. Flixie is grabbing attention towards the B side. I think that's a rotator coming down as well. Akimbo can get very close up on the A bomb site, and they'll be ready to go.
Yeah, but that smoke is long. Oh, okay, never mind. Katie takes down Fiend, puts things back into a 4v4. And right now, you know, Team Steve, they're operating without much information. Only now will the hits start to come in towards the A site. Will Wreckmeister, oh, and Laxify, they're cleaning up shop. Flixie on the B side falls in the meantime, and just like that, Parks, they clean up house. They lose one. Wreckmeister on a triple, mops it up. And now the money broken for Team Steve, or for Akimbo, as Team Steve walk away with a very dominant gun round.
Yeah, great work by Team Steve there. And I mean, it was a lot of playing off each other, especially around that truck area with Wreckmeister. So very good. I feel like Akimbo was a little too spaced out on that aggression, which meant there was a lot of 1v1s across the board, and that really did not help them. So a lot of work to do here on this next round. The buy is not going to be the greatest here. Pistols come through.
Yeah, Akimbo, they're on the pistols. And, you know, this is going to be a really nice time to highlight some of this utility, right? There's the CTs. There's a kind of a new meta evolving where you throw that early smoke towards teammate instead of the Molotov, where it basically just stuffs the T side out, forces them to go towards the playground, where you throw the molly to deny that. So it basically denies any early fights over towards the fountain, instead of throwing that like one-way smoke over by fountain that you can like look on top of, because it's not really a one-way anymore. So a new meta evolving. You see Team Steve using it now. We also see Team Steve and Wreckmeister just kind of cleaning up house against these pistols, Parks.
Yeah, he's doing really well over towards that A bomb site. And that just leaves the B bomb site untouched completely. So it's just pistols here working their way in, and I mean, can't do any better than that. And Spriggles with a nade kill, Fiend with and the AK sliding through. And usually you'd expect the T side to be the ones getting the AK kills. No, it's the opposite way around. So I don't know. You're looking at this from Akimbo's side, and you're going, okay, we really need to get our butts in gear here. We've got another buy round coming in. I don't know necessarily how T-sided, CT-sided overpasses become. It very much leaned towards the CT side before. It might still be that way. The whole thing that kind of throws that a wrench in that just is because it's MR12. You don't have a lot of rounds. Uh-oh, that's not good.
Yeah, that missed smoke will allow, you know, Katie and Noxio to kind of scale very fast towards playground. They have a lot of advanced space. Fiend has an AWP in his hands. Laxified doesn't have it in his, unless maybe he's given it up and has opted for the rifle. Nox is one of those players. Okay, I worked with him actually on Villainous. Yeah, he was our sub for Villainous back in season 41, I think, and then played season 42. After Tatum and Zero left, and he's very good. He's very nice. He's very nice. He's British, and he's a very nice person. And Flixie, he's not looking very nice today. He takes down 2 Parks. Akimbo. They are working on this B bomb site as Flixie's working on A.
Yeah, what's crazy is the patience. They've taken their time with it. Spriggles finding another one there. But no, they took their time towards B. They took their time towards A. They let Team Steve play themselves into this hole. And now it's just Wreckmeister, who we've seen pop off earlier in a 1v2. Nice and Flixie are going to stick together here. AK and Galil in hand. 3 kills so far for Flixie. Looking for that 4th. It's a big round for them to come through, and Wreckmeister, we'll see what he can find.
Yeah, Niche should be taking first contact, but it looks like Wreckmeister is going to be taking this pretty slow. I don't know if he has a kit. Not sure if he can see that on the HUD or if that's just like a thing that's just not available. But the smoke on the bomb, and there's a kit on the site if he can pick it up, and he does. Okay, he's sticking it. Parks, this is getting dicey. Smoke is fading. And okay, Flixie closes with a quad kill. Akimbo find a 3rd, they tie it up. But they all die. That's huge, Parks. Every single member dies that round, and the money, not great for either side, but it'll incentivize Team Steve enough to buy into round number 7 and potentially break Akimbo's money.
Yeah, that's the biggest thing here is you look at both sides' money, and it's not great at all. You got 2 from Moss coming in, a Deagle on that CT side, a Mac 10 for Katie, which, I mean, she can do pretty much anything with it. I've seen her play. She's very, very good, but it's a buy that neither team really wants to run with. They have to, though, to try and
look at this call.
It's tied at 3 as well.
Laxify's alone, and they're just running towards B. This is a perfect call. A 4-man A setup. And they just rush B. That is actually just so perfect. It is the perfect counter call. And that's a call off spawn. What a ridiculous call out. Say, hey, yeah, we don't care what your setup's going to be. We're just going to run you down. And lucky for them, it's only Laxify on the site. Akimbo, however, the retake against them is getting started, and all of them are on half HP. The flash is good. And Luis falls, and Katie, she doubles up. That's huge. Fiend falls in the meantime, and suddenly it's all on Rehum. A Deagle in hand, and what could have been so good turns out into something that's not.
No, that's huge. I mean, Katie and Flixie will finish it off. So Akimbo, it's a great call off the hop to get towards that B bomb site when it's just one there. The biggest thing, though, was making sure that the pressure was going to stay consistent, and it looked a little shaky. Yeah, you know, you lost one in towards Con, and then, you know, the flank, it's essentially the CT's taking it from the same route that the T's would. Excuse me, and Akimbo wasn't really set up for that. They were set up more for them to be coming through the CT area, through Heaven. But no, it's a great adjustment, and Katie with 2 there on the FAMAS is huge. Florence actually is going to keep the lucky gun for another round here. It's just going to be pistols for Team Steve, and this is where Akimbo can really take an advantage.
Yeah, a lot of players over towards long going to get flashed in by Rehum, and there shouldn't be too much damage coming over. Actually, I say that Katie's the first to fall, the hero of last round, Jed. But that should be it. That really should be it. And Florence goes down. Laxify, what? Okay, the bomb's on the B bomb site. It's gonna get planted. They'll get the 2 AKs. Actually, no, it's just a FAMAS. A FAMAS and an AK, but they should be saving those. Maybe Laxify will go hunt with the USP. But right now, they're just looking for damage because both teams' economy's still not great. Akimbo, this is still a losable half if Team Steve, they'll get a buy for this. But if Team Steve are able to do something, they're just,
Okay, 1 for 1.
Wait, what?
That Molotov there.
They're going for this.
I don't think there's enough time.
They were going for it at one point in time.
You know what? I think that's kind of smart, though. They force Akimbo to stay nearby the bomb site. I don't know if either of them will survive.
No, they should be fine. I don't think. I know the bomb radius has increased, Parks, but I don't think it's that much. Okay, yeah.
Yeah, okay.
I know
listen,
nuke, it's ridiculous.
I get scared. I'm a scaredy cat. Yeah, I'm always a little bit of a scaredy cat.
You're a lover, not a fighter, Parks. You're Canadian. You're
listen,
Canadian, man.
That's not a requisite. That's not a requisite. There are very many cases where that's not a requisite. No, I have more of a flight response when it comes to fight or flight. But that's neither here nor there. The fact of the matter is, AKs in hand, they're gonna be going up against a rifle body.
Yeah, this is the smoke. This is the smoke that I talked about, right? You use it trying to force players to scale over towards playgrounds, and then obviously the counter to that is the nade play.
Yeah.
I know a lot of teams, they've been doing the nade and flash combo, so you'd have like 2 players, like 1 nade, 1 flashes, like the same spot. So it's like the nade blinds you and opens the smoke. I know Hound did that when I was still coaching them. It was a nice little combo. We did that on over towards mid on Ancient. I don't know if they still do that. They changed IGL, so... Oh, what a shot. That's a really hard shot to hit from a rifle. That's usually an angle that an op posts on. But Nice, against the M4 of Fiend, doesn't take it too kindly. And with a minute on the clock, Akimbo, I'm catching myself. Akimbo are grouping up towards A, and I love this push from Team Steve over towards short to get some information back.
You know, you gotta go for information at some points here. The timing kind of works out. You won't find anything, and then, I mean, the setup is leading towards an A hit here. I think the signal is starting to come in. The problem is it's three players over towards B. Oh my goodness, what a shot.
Yeah, incredible from Wreckmeister, a player who's been doing so well, and flashes in, and now he's the one that's dead. It's all on Queen, and he only gets one. Katie with a huge double to open up the site, and she has been so consistent for Akimbo. I know she popped off in advanced playoffs last season, and she's doing it now, 10-5, and she is not showing any signs of stopping. It's a 3v3, and Team Steve, they want to fight for this. There's a player in towards connector, but he's moving very slowly. It's going to be on Reham. It's going to be on Spriggles to be the main factors of getting this retake underway.
Brilliant one there. It's gonna have to be Trade City here. Katie, the last one left alive. Oh, they don't have time. They don't have positioning as well. Katie is locked it down left side, just trying to get out of there. Will not. Yep, Katie. Count them up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Won't survive, but it's the round, and that gives Akimbo 6. So they've locked in at least the half. Could go for more.
Yeah, really nice effort from Katie to really open up the site and close it. Team Steve, they just took too long. They didn't have the kits, Parks. They didn't have the time to play for that. It was only one on Laxify, and he was over and towards connector. He was meant to be like the late factor. So Team Steve, not the greatest coordination. I liked the patience, but they couldn't afford to play for it, unfortunately.
No, it comes to that point, right?
Gee. Damn, Parks. I didn't mean to cut you off, but what a shot. Just casual. Parks, you're muted.
Oh, I've been talking on the wrong side. My bad. Thank you for that. No, I was just saying, Wreckmeister, you looked at him earlier as one of the players kind of leading the pack in terms of taking charge of situations, leading things through, but it feels like he's kind of cooled off, and his teammates haven't really been able to pick up the slack, but that being said, he's still 11-8, and they're still going.
Spriggles might go for the jump on top of sandbags. This is possible in CS2 now. Oh no, he misses. That's unfortunate, but they are playing with Pending safe. And the second time miss, that's gotta be rough. Reham, he's heard this flanking player. Okay, this is gonna be a headshot from the back of the head. Finally, he goes down, but oh, there's Nox. Finds 2 and puts it back into the 2-on-2. But now it's all into Katie again. 1-on-2. Can she do it again? It was a 1-on-3 last time, and she came up clutch, but it's Laxify. This time with a quad kill, Parks. And Team Steve close it out with a 4th.
You know, I mentioned somebody else needing to step up. I think there's our answer.
Yeah, I definitely agree with you. Laxify was one of the guys that I said should show up, do well, and, you know, he has. It took a little bit, but he's here now.
Which is huge. Like, absolutely huge. It brings them within 2, at least, of at least tying up the game coming into the second half, which would be huge for them, considering, you know, we talk about Overpass as a map. You'd think it's more CT side than anything else, but right now, Akimbo, they're leading the way, and it's looking very, very good for them. So you like what you see, and you know, timeout's going to come in now from Team Steve as they figure everything out.
I just realized I didn't have the title sit on the HUD. This is the first time I've done the HUD in like a couple of months, Parks. So shaking off the rust, and you know, this is my first HUDcast in CS2. Haven't done one in like 3 seasons of playoffs. That was back when Dia, the guy who's on, I don't remember, I think he's on Tsunami in ECL. I think they're still under
Okay.
Tsunami, if I'm not mistaken. But Dia was on bottom
Tsunami's in
feeders.
advanced, I believe.
No, the Dia's on. Oh, he's on probably Fluffy Emirs. I think that's what team is he on.
Okay.
But Dia was on bottom feeders actually, which is crazy.
You know, I don't think they're called bottom feeders anymore. I think they're called.
They're called Kings of the North, yes. And now it's on
Forever
the
bottom
Wreckmeister.
feeders in our heart.
Yeah, forever in our heart. And the Wreckmeister, that is very bold and very lackadaisical. And Flixie, he somehow made his way onto the A bomb site. Oh, okay. He stabilizes. Reham dies, and the A site's lost. Akimbo are on the verge of getting this eco victory off of Team Steve. Katie can't control the spray and goes down to Spriggles. And now in this 3-on-3, Forrest is forced into some fights that are pretty uncomfortable as Nice is sprinting back towards the site to try to support, as is Flixie.
He's going down is, yeah, there it is. So just overall great defending coming in from Team Steve there to bring them within 1. So a 7-5 half or 6-6 is what we'll see. And the craziest thing is the money coming in for Akimbo is not the greatest. They can still potentially do something with it. You know, AK is in plenty of utility, but the real test is going to be, you know, how does that work? You don't have an op for Florence. You don't really have much in terms of positioning. I don't know if they really wanted an op for Florence in the end of the day, but it's an important note to make.
Yeah, so Parks, a lot of teams have actually like faded away from the T side off. It was a little unpopular in CS:GO as it was, especially on certain maps. But even more so now in CS2, now that the off has been nerfed, especially with the whole if you get shot, you're inaccurate now.
Yeah.
Oh man, I mean, Fiend had a great pick over towards A, but then Laxify gets domed towards B. I will make an interesting note. Laxify, I'm pretty sure he was offing when he was on Osiris last season. So it's interesting to me that he gives up the op for Fiend in season 47.
Yeah, that's a big point of contention, I guess, there. Even getting a good kill onto Florence. And potentially even more. Oh, the double swing comes in, but still it's a 1-for-1. A little bit lazy there from Spriggles on the peak. And that costs. It's into a 2v3. Remember, last rounds, they have to go for this. Flixie, low HP will be the first win and the first down. Noxio now trying to get the trade. And that will be where it sits as we get a tied up scoreline 6-6. So rounds come in bunches for these squads. 2 at the start, 3 to trade, 4 right back, and then the final 3 makes it 6-6.
I'm told that Flaxify has never been an opper. Did Fiend have a different name last season? I swear it was someone else opping. I don't know. It's been a very long time since I casted Osiris. The last time I casted them, they were in the LCA Final Offensive League.
That's
a throwback.
That's a little bit of a throwback.
He's always been Fiend, man. Maybe I'm just remembering.
I just think of that. You know the space meme where it's like, wait, it's always been this.
It's always been this. It always has been Fiend opping.
Wait, it's Fiend. Always has been.
I guess so, man. I guess so. Well, you know, Fiend hasn't had the most loud of halves, right? He's 9-9, which isn't like a scoreline an opera usually has, but at the same time, right? He's had the op maybe 2 or 3 gun rounds. So he had a triple kill last time. They walked right into his scope. So fair play to Fiend. You know, he when they come to him with when he has the op, he gets kills, which is definitely nice. On the other side, Katie's just ridiculous. 15 kills in 12 rounds of play. I think Flixie left the server, but he's back, and we are back into the game. Florence and Nox with 2 sets of nades. Florence and Nox.
I think the biggest thing right now, just going back to Fiend there, is, well, the kills don't really show it. Over 1,000 points of damage already. There are 3 players on that Osiris side that have over 1,000 damage. Katie is the only member of Akimbo that is over that mark, over 16,000 or over 1,600 herself. And then everybody after that, Flixie's the next closest at 950. So, key point there is Katie gets another one. Auto director, why are you doing us like this?
It's not looking too pretty, but this B hit might be that's a missed barrels molly, but they're playing for the retake and not for the site. So Nox is under pressure. He's kind of tucked in right now. This flash is coming in, but he'll dodge and that's smoke for CT, and Spriggles gets taken down. Laxify yet as well. The bomb is just trying to get planted. Rackmeister punches in the digits, and that is going to be it. It's a essentially flawless, damageless round. Katie's been hit once with a Glock, but that is the only damage that Team Steve have gotten. Akimbo just run them down. But Team Steve, they do get the bomb plant, which means they'll be able to buy next round with Galils. But Akimbo, not too much damage, means they can buy in head armor easily and get M4s and get utility. So this is going to be pretty much as much of a buy round as you can get.
Yeah, they were like a boa constrictor there, just slowly, always continuing to just get in there, constrict, and really hurt that Team Steve's side. And you get to the final seconds there, the bomb's getting planted in desperation over anything else, just trying to save themselves. And there you go, there's that smoke coming in, as you already stated. And Katie was initially going to go in for some con control, not going to stick around. The door is open, however.
That's a misfront bathroom smoke.
Yeah, there's some opportunities here.
Yeah, a lot of misutility that I've been seeing, and that's not exactly ideal.
Ooh.
Good spam from Nice. Tags up Laxify slightly, but it does make him a one-shot headshot for these rifles now, even the FAMAS. KD over towards long, won't see anything, but that might just be some false information. They might lean a player off the B bomb site, because they... Actually, no. They do have short. No reason to keep only two towards B, and that's been heard. Now they're going to accelerate towards A, feeling the pressure. Now it's Florence on the site, trying to get something. He does. Spriggles falls.
Betrayed though. Katie's now coming in trying to support. It really is a 1-for-1. So we get into a 2v2. He's getting that kill.
Bathrooms. They've tapped the bomb and they don't see anything. It's allowed Flixie to walk up towards the site. One's gonna get one in the back of maybe a second. Runs him down. Flixie, great play. The patience prevails, not running off the initial tap. And Akimbo, they're back with an 8th, and they're showing us exactly why they are 7-0 in advance. Team Steve, they gotta show us something here. They've won 2 games of Overpass already in this season. They need to make it... Maybe it's just one then. Maybe they're also 1-0 if both these were from Mustache Masters from last night, Parks. So, both teams 1-0 in Overpass. Both teams undefeated. But Akimbo, they're the ones looking hot on the trot right now. I mean, if you think back and be like, hey, I can remember a Team Steve round. I can remember one. It was Fiend's triple kill. But Akimbo... It's like just Katie, just winning all her gunfights.
Well, yeah. There's only so many iconic plays you can get from a single match. I think the other big thing to remember here is we could potentially have some round deja vu. Oh goodness, Noxio.
That is absurd.
So I mentioned round deja vu. Akimbo won the first 2 rounds of the match, right? They were up 2-0. They then skidded to a 2-3, right? So Team Steve won the next 3, and then they came in with their 4 rounds in a row to get to that 6 mark. So we could have that happen again. Like, that's very realistic, where we just kind of, back and forth is exactly the same, which would force us into OT, but I don't know. Needs to set up quite well here. If Luxify peaks even a little bit more, there it is. And all of a sudden, we got ourselves a ball game.
Ooh, good shot from Fiend, though. Tapping away at Florence. This guy showing his rifling prowess. He will drag Nox back up towards the A-bomb site, and this is perfect because Team Steve, they're set up for this B hit. It's only Nice, it's only Flixie, but those are 2 members that are very potent, very dangerous. And defensive smoke preemptively will be very good for them. But now they're flooding out towards Monster. Nice and Flixie under so much pressure.
Ooh. Look at what it's done.
Yeah, Flixie hits the deck. Can't get anything more than that opening kill. The smoke for the nade was actually so perfect. They peeked it at the exact same time the nade blew open and were just demolished. It's Katie and Nox now. Nox very isolated, and Katie towards heaven can't get an angle just yet. Rehum will scope it out. He only has a Tech 9, so it's going to be an awkward gunfight at that long range. Moving in, but there it is. Katie double peeked, and now it's onto Nox, a 1-on-3, no kit, no health, no head. Rehum headshot with the Tech 9, finds a 7th. And like you said, Parks, this is the same thing that happened. Akimbo on the first 2, Team Steve win it back. And now Akimbo on this eco. Team Steve realistically should find an 8th. And Parks, we have a game on our hands.
That's baseball, baby. No. No, it's interesting to see the dynamic change so much just between the two sides, but really to stay consistent between the two. Katie here gets a big kill.
Really
Nate's
not.
gonna miss.
Surely not.
No, Nate's coming in. She's not gonna be able to properly set up, and as a result, we'll go down to Fiend. Florence is still nearby with a FAMAS in hand. What's
Good
interesting
shoot.
is the force is coming for this Akimbo side. Partially worked. There's 2. Back to a 3v3 we go.
And now it's gonna drop the faster play towards A. And Florence is behind all of them. He could win the round. Oh my god. He's gonna line him up. 1, 2, and oh, what a play from Florence. Fiend trying to run down, but Florence almost gets out. Grabs the bomb, but Flitzy's on towards the A-bomb site already. And he might beat the rotation, and he does. Fiend knife out. No life. As Akimbo, they steal a round away on the pistols with Florence with the hero play. They bought fully into that. Like, if Akimbo lost that, you know, they would have given up a 9th and potentially a 10th as well. But instead, they themselves find 9. They break the cycle as Team Steve. They will buy back with feet on a T-side off Park, something that I said was rare. But if they feel that is necessary, then they're bringing out all the stops, trying to turn the tide of battle into their favor.
Not a round you expect to lose. It's a very good game from Akimbo. Oh my goodness. Somebody just got deleted.
Like, the one person who could go toe-to-toe and come out every single time against Akimbo has gone down first with a wallbang headshot.
Oh my god, Nice. What are you doing?
He's crazy,
jumping around
man.
like a gymnast. Getting that first kill is huge, though. Brings him back to a 4v4, and it does open up the expectation of where they're going to hit, because he saw 2 more immediately afterwards. Fiend, though, he had something with this odd. He's already found 1. Second shot's going to come in. It's a miss. The timing is there, though, and Noxia will drop. Reham is next. Rek comes through and finds Flixie. And the back and forth, it just continues. The back and forth, over and over.
There were 3 on the bottom site for Akimbo, but Team Steve, I honestly look like Akimbo were going to win that. Team Steve, they used all their nades on the initial push, but were stopped by the smoke and the molly. Molly fades, they just go in dry with the walking out first, who somehow picks up another kill after missing one. And Akimbo can't hit the shots, they can't land anything. Wreckmeister with a nice flick over towards short. That's a new off angle that I've been seeing teams use a lot more, is that elevated position on that railing. So fair play to Team Steve to find an 8th, and now Akimbo back on the back foot. And I don't know if they're going to be buying into this. We can take a look at the scoreboard at the lost bonus. One lost bonus, like getting 1900 from that round, which means not a lot of money in the tank. They have a saved A1S on Florence. And Parks, you know, Team Steve, they have an opportunity to tie things up again and take the lead again.
The beat goes on, as they say. Timeouts come through. A lot of thinking that needs to be done here, because it is expensive if they lose, right? For Team Steve, they've got an op in hand. They got at least 3 AKs. They'll probably have a 4th on the ground. As for Akimbo here, three pistols, a Deagle and 2 5.7s with that M4 and MP9. So they're going for broke already. That's the craziest bit of this all, is they're already gone for broke.
Well,
Whereas the money on Team Steve's side, there's at least a little bit left. It's not much, but there's enough.
the one stipulation I will say, Parks, that they did that last time, or 2 rounds ago, and they did win that. So it was a Florence flank, it was a Flixie and Nice double kill. And Nice already with a missed molly. I think that's the second time this half he's missed that. But not really ideal for Florence. That's a Molotov over towards short pipe, denies early control over towards short. Forces T's to, you know, put it out with a smoke or respect it. And unfortunately they missed, but, you know, Team Steve, they are playing this one incredibly passive. This is one of those, we'll sit back and let the action unfold type of play. And Akimbo, you don't have the most amount of nades, right? So you can either play super aggressive early and then have to back up mid-round to late round, or, you know, play pretty passive, hold on to your nades for the late rounds, let Team Steve work their nades first. But Akimbo, they are going for the aggressive approach, just trying to contain anything early. You can see Katie, a Molotov and an HE, Florence with a smoke and a flash that's just been deployed. So no more smokes at the 50-second mark, which isn't exactly ideal. Team Steve, they've played this one slow. They've burned all the nades. There's no nades on B. They have to win them with the gunfights. And Team Steve, they're looking poised for this lower site hit.
Slow walkthrough. It's only a one done, and that's it. Luxify finding 2, and that's going to break the B side open immediately here. There's nobody else really to help out. Noxio, hold on. He's a one-man army right now.
No way.
Needs to trade. The problem is there's just not enough backup to secure. As Rehem finds one, Fiend the other. And we're tied up again at 9. The problem is there's not a lot, there's no money here in it for Akimbo. So they have to wait. They have to double save here.
Yeah, the money is finally broken for Akimbo. It seemed like it would never happen, but Parks, the day has come, and today is that day. Round 19. As much as a full eco as you're gonna get in modern day Counter-Strike, Parks, it's, you know, it's the P250, it's the Deagle, it's the singular smoke that's used towards A, but they won't respect it, they'll go through it. And Team Steve looking to run through Akimbo here. These USPs, oh, that's a good dink, but I don't know how much more they can get. This is really rough. Laxify under a lot of pressure. 4 CTs actually trying to make their way through this smoke. He's running away. He needs support from his teammate, but Nice finds it. Wreckmeister to clean it up. It's all on Flixie, and he can't get anything. Wreckmeister hears the pistols and hungry for the ecos charging at him. Spriggle saves the op, and Team Steve, they find 10. Back in the lead, first in double digits, and the buy is up, but no offer Florence. That is a very, very big stipulation here, Parks, for Akimbo.
What's crazy is Team Steve went, we call it the desperation play for Fiend to get an op in hand, but almost immediately after getting op in hand, they've won out, I think, from there on. 3 in a row now. So that's a huge thing for them. 10-9. They hold the lead. And you have to remember, you only need 3 more rounds rounds to win. So big thoughts kind of running through if you are Akimbo of, you know, time's starting to tick down here. You need to make these M4s count.
Yeah, most definitely. You need to get Katie activated once again. I think she was like 18-9 at one point. Now she's at 18-14, so 0-5 in the last 5 gunfights. Not ideal, but there it is. There she is again. And speak of the devil, and she'll appear. Spriggles falls over towards Connector. That's a good kill back to get the man advantage back in favor of Akimbo. A full belt of nades dropped. As Team Steve trying to work on this 4v5. Fiend is up towards B, the bomb as well. That's a missed monster smoke. A lot of missed utility coming out from Akimbo here.
And that might be a bit of an issue because they're not expecting that. They're expecting it to be in place. Flixie fully anticipating being in undercover as they slide it across. Not to be, will get instantly taken away, and then Needs has to be very careful with this, and there's a potential for a big rotate up here towards the A site.
Yeah, Team Steve still feeling this one out. The bomb is over towards T mid, but now it's coming back towards A, and it's Katie and Florence together. Katie already with a kill in the round, looking for more. 25 seconds now. They have to charge in. They have to disrespect the smoke. And there's not going to be too many flashes. They just go for the fights. Katie already with 1, but oh, no, goes down to Wreckmeister. And that's a crucial trade back into the 3-on-3. The site is lost. The bomb to be planted, and footsteps heard. They're making this very loud because there's no kit sparks. They can't afford to wait. There's not a lot of time to get this retake started, and the smoke would block bank for, 17 seconds. It'll force them to funnel through jump up. The third CT coming in as well, and the site being taken. The bomb planted towards default. No utility to facilitate this retake as Florence goes down first. Nice, good trade as Parks. They're trying to run this Statue's player down, and oh, Nice gets another. It's on the Fiend. He finds Nice, and that should just be it. It's all up to Nox. He misses the shot. Nox takes him down, but there's no time. There's no kit, and there's no round for Akimbo. Team Steve, they find 11.
That's huge. The biggest thing I think to come away with that though is that Noxio has managed to save an op in for Florence. So that's big. The problem is there's no money on any of the other players. Like there's barely enough to get rifles going through. And this is the stress time. This is the stress test right here. You give them one more, you're fighting for OT first. You can get 4 rounds in a row. Sure, it goes a full 24 rounds. But you end up being victors here, that 13 to 11. So there's a lot on the line here for Akimbo, and I mean, Florence getting it off is probably the best thing you can do to try and alleviate any concerns you've got.
I definitely agree with you there, Parks. I think this is the first time Florence has had an op this entire game, which just goes to show, you know, how much an op has rotated out of fashion for Akimbo. You know, it's been the, or not just Akimbo, but in CS:GO in general, in CS2 rather. They see that's good kill off the Spriggles, but just like that, it's only the one and done. And Icee hits the deck as well. Blixie run over. And a retake that isn't even going to be considered. You can see Florence is still looking on A with the op. Akimbo, they have one kid on Katie, but they can't afford to lose any more bodies. Team Steve, they'll find 12 off of a really fast B hit. And, you know, Laxify staying alive, winning that gunfight with 4 HP is being the difference maker. You know, if that bullet hits, you know, a different body part, then it's a kill, and it's a double, and maybe they consider going for it, but a 4-on-3 is just too much for them to handle. Nox will get some good damage back, and he'll try to do as much as he can. I'm not sure it'll matter too much in the end. Okay. Reham dies, only 2 alive, but the money's still great. Team Steve, they should be able to buy for the last, you know, 3 rounds of the game. And now Akimbo, they have to lock in. They have to turn up the dial. Florence has an op, and now he's supported by full rifles, full utility. Akimbo, this is all that they can ask for. Now they have to stand and deliver with this buy.
Yeah, there is no turning back now. There is no saving. You just have to fully commit onto it. And they've got a good buy to go for it. 4M4s, 3 kits, full utility, except on Florence, who doesn't have armor. It's a very interesting play to go with. At least I don't think, maybe he just doesn't have armor. I could be entirely wrong. Oh no, Noxio going down early is not good. That potentially opens up the A bomb site a lot more here.
I agree. No, it's on Katie now. It's going to be Flixie to rotate up. Again, I think something that Akimbo have done well is to keep control of short pretty much every single round. Team Steve haven't been fighting for it, so Akimbo have control, and they are allowed 2 members on this A-bomb site. It's a luxury that doesn't come with many others. It's on Katie now. Finds a good kill. And no, they're gonna get she wins the fight against Wreckmeister. That's a huge error. He needed to win that fight. He needed that trade, but instead, it's that and more. Laxify dead as well. And it's on Fiend and Spriggles to try and turn around this 2-on-4. Otherwise, we go again. Akimbo will hit double digits. And it's Katie who keeps on fighting. Her 3rd in the round. She is turning this one on its head. It is only her. Now it's only Fiend. The 1-on-4, now 1-on-3. And this would be one of the clutches for the ages. Fiend having a great game, 21 and 14. Not a lot of time. Not a lot of options.
Yeah, 20 seconds left. Bomb left in front. Has plenty to get to the site with bomb. Does not have plenty to take the fights and get the bomb planted. So it will just be a save call coming in. And you know what? This is conservative. I like it. Fiend has plenty of money in the back pocket to buy in his teammates.
I'm gonna try to kill him.
That's probably what's going to be needed.
Okay, never mind.
I would too, but I don't think anybody's nearly close enough. And, I mean, Akimbo's money is not in the same atmosphere at all. But it is getting closer. I mean, you look at where Team Steve's finances have gone. It's into the toilet. They've lost too many players over and over here. So guns will come through for sure, but we could definitely be seeing some OT coming in.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, Fiend keeping his money up is the most important part. Wreckmeister and Spriggles will be on an AK and a Tech 9 respectively. And so Akimbo, they have a very real chance of forcing this overtime. They just got to get through this round. It's going to be 4 towards the B bomb site. 80 towards A, but she's ever so dependable. And Icee taking liberties now. Over towards short. won't push him too aggressively. He knows that he can't afford to give up his life. It's going to be Nicee who falls. Rehelm that falls first. And oh no, Forrest has missed a crucial trade onto Wreckmeister, who took his teammate down. And now Akimbo, no, there's a lot of presence for Team Steve over towards this short area. But they just want to pop through Monster as Florence is up on the other side. And he's been quiet all game. Not a lot of opportunities. But oh, no, he doesn't get it. The smoke fades and Fiend comes up on top. The flash is good. And the player in towards Pillar trying to find something. Nox takes him down. Flixie as well, but it's all into Katie. In the blink of an eye, it's a 1-on-2. And Parks, she's been able to come up clutch round after round after round. Multi-kill after multi-kill. Can she do it?
Big test ahead. They know where she is. They're watching where she is. Oh,
That's a very rough spray. Doesn't connect anything, and now she's tagged on a 39. Both players are low, but the flash play is good. But oh, it blinds him. But there's Wreckmeister to close. You blink, you miss it. You see Team Steve. They take down Akimbo. They are the sole undefeated team in advance now. 7-0. Akimbo, their first loss, 7-1 in the season. What a game from Team Steve to come alive in that late game. You know, Akimbo with those multi-kills, they looked like they were on the verge of making that comeback, Parks, but they couldn't get it across the line. Team Steve, what a game from them.
yeah, huge overall. And I mean, you look at what they were doing in towards the tournament over the weekend. They look very good. They faced off against advanced teams, like I said. They faced off against ECL teams, and they just the entire way they didn't get the results they wanted. But it was a charity tournament. They're not going to really be playing as hard as possible. But no, coming into tonight, it was a big win for them to come through with. And like you said, they are the last team in advance to have a perfect record, even if they are a little bit behind in terms of the games they've played. But this is not the be all end all for Akimbo. I mean, we talk about this, oh geez, they lost. Oh geez, they lost. It's their first loss of the season. They've already got 7. They only need a few more to guarantee their spot in playoffs. And this is definitely a playoff caliber team. We know that. We've talked about this over and over and over again. So that's the point that doesn't really need to be continually made. The biggest thing I think to look at this is the adversity that comes through. They were a little bit ahead, and they were suddenly very behind, and there was a lot of stuff I think to take away from the mental side of that fight, and just the adjustments that might have needed to be made. Maybe more pauses, something like that. I'm just throwing things out there. I don't have any professional experience to even speak of. I know you do a bunch of analyst stuff. What are you looking at this and going, I can see the easy fixes that they got to make?
Well, it's not the fact that there's an easy fix, but I think the biggest like red flag from this game, and not really a red flag if you would if just like the easiest way to put it, Florence, right? He wasn't as prolific in his fragging as you might want your opera to be, right? He was 11 and 18. He was at the bottom of the scoreboard, right? Fiend, the op for Team Steve, he was 22 and 15. He was second frag, right? Wreckmeister was on top of 24. On the other side, it was Katie with 23. You have that star rifle fragging, but you didn't have your op when you needed him, right? I know Florence, he's had his moments, and it could be an off game, and everybody has his off games, right? But an opera is so powerful, even in CS2, even when people say they're nerfed, right? Where
Yeah.
if you have a bad game and everyone else isn't stepping up as much as you would need, right? Where it's 15 for Nox, 15 for Flixie, 13 for Icee, where you don't have the one shot gun getting those necessary frags, those multi kills. That's the biggest issue. But again, it's not like this team is terrible, they need to cut them, right? I'm not saying that by any means.
Yeah, no.
Everybody has bad games. Flixie went 3 and 18 with like 13 dar, and nobody's worried, right? So Akimbo, they're surely gonna bounce back for sure, Parks. This isn't like a huge red flag or anything. I'm
No.
sure that we'll see more of them. Again, they got third place in advance last season, and I'm sure that they're gonna make a similar run. There's even less teams that I would consider like as good as last season. I think the only real like super team, quote unquote, would be like Might, right? It's Stamina's team.
Yeah.
But that's it. I mean, Akimbo, they have a real clear shot at ECL at the end of the season, in my opinion.
Well, I think that's a good place to put a bow on it. We'll actively keep watching for the remaining matches in the season. There's not many left. I think there's 4 left for these guys at
Yeah,
this point. They
should be.
played 8 matches, so
Yeah.
um, you just lock in for the rest of them. You carry out your battle plan here, and you get your way to playoffs. That's the big thing, right? You talk about big teams that going into professional leagues and stuff. You look at I always kind of draw my way to the Premier League. You look at like Manchester City or Tottenham. That they don't really care about the regular season. They already know they're going to be in the top six, the top four, whatever. The big thing for them is okay. We come to the Champions League. We got to come against the teams that we know we're playing against here. Um, that's where it's like, okay, that's the match that we really care about right there is that Champions League match. We don't care about facing off against 20th place in the Premier League. We care about the big one against the top team from X other region. So that's what I think Akimbo are looking towards is, hey, we've got the big matches coming up. We know we're gonna get there. It's not a question of if we do, it's when we do. We gotta make sure that we're ready so that when those BO3s come in, when we get into the double elimination bracket, we give ourselves the best opportunity possible to succeed.
Yeah, I definitely agree. That'll be all from us. I was Icee. He was Parks. I hope you guys did enjoy. We'll see Akimbo sometime later this week, I assume. But that'll be all from us tonight. Hope you did enjoy. We'll see you in the next one. Peace.